Do you have debt collectors contacting you and you're wondering if they can come to your work or call you during work hours? In this video, we'll answer some of the most common questions debtors ask about debt collectors, including whether they can come to your work, whether they can call you at work, and whether they can harass you to pay. First of all, you'll be pleased to know that debt collectors cannot legally come to your workplace to request money. It's illegal because it increases the chance of them divulging that you're in debt to a third party, which is not allowed. Debt collectors cannot discuss your debts with anyone other than you, including your family or your employer. If a debt collector does visit your workplace, you should report them to the Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, and the Financial Ombudsman. But can debt collectors call you while you're at work to discuss your debt and any repayments you're making? The answer is a little bit more complex. Debt collectors can call you on your mobile to discuss the debt, and if you happen to be at work when they call, then that's not an offence. Technically, debt collectors can call your work and ask for you, as long as they don't reveal that the reason they're calling is about debt. That means they cannot tell a fellow colleague or boss that they are calling to discuss your debt. If they do divulge that information, this would be breaking the same confidentiality rule that stops them from visiting you at your work in person. So how can you stop debt collectors from calling you at work? You are allowed to provide them with your preferences regarding when you would like to be contacted if you need it. You can ask them to call you outside of working hours as an easy way to ensure that the debt collector won't call you at work. Debt collectors are also not allowed to make repeated calls. This would be a form of harassment and can be punished by the appropriate authorities. Debt collectors can only make calls in line with your preferences and at certain hours of the day. Debt collection phone calls are not permitted before 8 AM in the morning and after 9 PM at night, unless you have given them specific permission to do so. So what if a debt collector is harassing you at your place of work or over the phone? The first step is to collect as much evidence as possible that your debt collector is harassing you. You can then send it to the debt collector and tell them that they are breaking the law by harassing you. The debt collector or creditor must respond to your letter in 3 business days, and they must let the FCA know about your complaint. If the case is not resolved, the final step is to make a complaint to the Financial Ombudsman. They will look into the matter further and could penalise your debt collector. It's also essential to understand the difference between a debt collection agency and an enforcement officer. A debt collection group is a company that has bought your debt from somebody else and tries to get it back directly before going to the courts. They have no legal powers to collect debt by visiting you or by trying to take your possessions. Only enforcement officers, commonly known as bailiffs, can actually come into your home and request payment from you on your doorstep, and they are employed after the debt has gone to court. If you're struggling with debt, then there are a number of debt solutions available here in the UK. Some are free to use and others include fees, and each will have their own pros and cons. If you want to learn more about the debt solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description to get started and answer a few simple multiple choice questions, like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so that you can find out more and take steps towards improving your financial situation.